laying something down I liked. I didn't know what it was, but I knew it was good, and I had to get involved with it. I knew that. I was just a child.
Behind every cowboy hat and sweet melody lies a world of secrets that could rival Hollywood's wildest tales. Today, we're uncovering 20 shocking country music rumors that might just change how you see your favorite stars. From backstage betrayals to headline-making scandals, these stories pull back the curtain on the darker side of the country scene. Buckle up, because this roller coaster of scandals is about to get bumpy. Jerry Lee Lewis and his child bride. Jerry Lee Lewis was already a rising star in the late 1950s, known for his energetic performances and piano-pounding rock and roll style. But in 1957, his personal life sparked a scandal so shocking that it nearly ended his career overnight. At just 22 years old, Lewis married his 13-year-old cousin, Myra Gale Brown, who was still in 8th grade at the time. To make matters worse, Lewis had not even finalized his divorce from his previous wife before entering this new marriage, creating a web of legal and moral controversy. When Lewis traveled to London in 1958 for a high-profile tour, reporters uncovered the truth about Myra's age and their family connection. Initially, Lewis tried to downplay the situation by claiming that she was 15 years old, but the damage had already been done. The revelation shocked the British press and public, leading to boycotts, canceled shows, and harsh criticism that followed him back to the United States. The scandal was so severe that Lewis's rock and roll career collapsed almost overnight, forcing him to rebuild his reputation in the world of country music instead. For Myra, the experience was deeply personal and difficult. In later years, she spoke candidly about being a child bride, admitting she was too young to truly understand what marriage meant. She said she still believed in Santa Claus when the wedding took place, highlighting just how inappropriate the union was. Though Jerry Lee Lewis eventually became known as a country legend, the shadow of this scandal never fully disappeared. It remains one of the most disturbing and unforgettable chapters in country music history, reminding fans how quickly personal choices can change the course of a career. 2. LeAnn Rimes and Eddie Cibrian's cheating scandal. LeAnn Rimes was once the darling of country music, celebrated for her incredible voice and success at a young age. But her personal life became the center of controversy in 2009 when she began an affair with actor Eddie Cibrian while they were both married to other people. The two met on the set of the TV movie Northern Lights, and rumors of their relationship quickly spread in tabloids and entertainment media. Unlike many celebrities who deny or avoid scandal, Rimes and Cibrian eventually confirmed the affair publicly. The fallout was swift and brutal. Both of their marriages collapsed, and fans who had once admired Rimes for her wholesome image felt betrayed. She later admitted that the situation was messy and painful, but defended the relationship, claiming it led her to the love of her life. Despite their eventual marriage in 2011, the scandal remains one of the most infamous examples of infidelity in modern country music history. It's a reminder of how quickly an artist's carefully crafted image can unravel under public scrutiny. 3. Sara Evans' explosive divorce drama. In 2006, country singer Sara Evans stunned fans by filing for divorce from her husband, Craig Shelsky, in a case that played out like a soap opera. Shelsky accused Evans of being unfaithful, even alleging she had an affair with fellow country star Kenny Chesney, though this was never proven. Evans, on the other hand, claimed her husband was the one cheating, with their family nanny. Both sides hurled accusations, and the story became tabloid gold for months. The divorce proceedings included custody battles, personal attacks, and court documents filled with salacious details. Evans eventually left the TV show Dancing with the Stars mid-season, citing the stress of the divorce as the reason. While she continued to find success in country music afterward, the scandal left a lasting mark on her career and demonstrated how messy personal lives can overshadow even the brightest professional achievements. 4. The mysterious Amanda Wyatt and Keith Urban rumors. Before Keith Urban became half of one of Hollywood's most admired power couples with Nicole Kidman, he was surrounded by whispers of an alleged affair with a woman named Amanda Wyatt. The story circulated widely in tabloids, though both Urban and Wyatt denied any inappropriate relationship. Still, the rumors refused to die, persisting as part of his early career narrative. While there was never concrete proof, the timing of the rumors was critical. Urban was battling personal struggles, including well-documented issues with substance abuse, which made fans more likely to believe in scandal. By the time he married Kidman in 2006, Urban had worked hard to turn his reputation around, but the Wyatt rumors remain one of those stories that followers of country gossip still bring up today. Sometimes it's not the confirmed facts, but the persistence of a rumor that cements it in the industry's history. 5. Willie Nelson's White House substance adventure. Willie Nelson has always been open about his substance use, but one of his most famous stories still shocks people decades later. In his 1988 autobiography, Nelson revealed that he once smoked a joint on the roof of the White House. At the time, he was visiting President Jimmy Carter, and the person who joined him was later revealed to be Carter's son, Chip. The idea of a country legend lighting up on one of America's most secure rooftops sounded like folklore, but it turned out to be true. President Carter himself later confirmed the story, adding even more credibility to Nelson's claim. Nelson originally tried to protect Chip's identity by saying he smoked with a servant, but eventually the truth came out. For fans, the story added to Nelson's outlaw image, showing that he lived his life unapologetically. Far from damaging his career, this wild rumor-turned-fact became part of what made him beloved across generations. Famous faces always have a way of surprising us, right? Keep watching as we reveal even more shocking tales and hidden scandals from country music's top stars. You'll be amazed at what we've uncovered. 6. Johnny Cash's Grand Ole Opry rampage. Johnny Cash, the Man in Black, was no stranger to pushing boundaries, but one incident at the Grand Ole Opry nearly got him blacklisted. During a performance in the early 1960s, Cash became frustrated and restless on stage. In a moment of anger, he took his microphone stand and smashed it against the stage lights, shattering several of them. The destruction wasn't minor. It left visible damage and stunned the audience who had come expecting a typical Opry show. Opry officials were far from impressed. The institution was built on tradition and respect for the stage, and Cash's outburst was seen as outright disrespectful. As a result, he was temporarily banned from performing there. Although the ban didn't last forever, it highlighted how even beloved artists could cross the line when personal struggles. Cash was also battling substance abuse at the time, boiled over into public moments. 7. Charlie Rich's fiery CMA moment. In 1975, Charlie Rich made headlines for one of the most bizarre acts ever seen at the Country Music Association Awards. While presenting the award for Entertainer of the Year, Rich opened the envelope, saw John Denver's name inside, and instead of announcing it, set the envelope on fire right there on stage. The incident left the audience stunned and created an unforgettable live television moment. Rich later claimed that he meant it as a joke, but many people took it as a sign of disapproval of Denver's softer, pop-influenced style of country music. Regardless of his intent, the moment damaged Rich's reputation and strained his relationship with the country establishment. The CMA and the Grand Ole Opry quietly distanced themselves from him afterward. What was supposed to be a light-hearted act of rebellion turned into one of the strangest scandals in award show history. 8. Elvis and the Grand Ole Opry snub. Elvis Presley only performed once at the Grand Ole Opry in 1954, and the experience left a lasting impact on his career. Contrary to later myths, he wasn't officially banned, but he was not invited back after his debut. The performance featured Elvis singing a cover of Bill Monroe's Blue Moon of Kentucky, but the Opry crowd, accustomed to traditional country sounds, wasn't ready for Presley's rockabilly style. The Opry management reportedly suggested Elvis should stick to truck driving, a remark that became legendary in its short-sightedness. Afterward, Presley turned his focus to the Louisiana Hayride, a rival show that embraced his style and helped launch his career. The Opry's rejection stands as one of the most infamous missed opportunities in country music history, proving that innovation is often resisted before it is celebrated. 9. Loretta Lynn's birth control bombshell. Loretta Lynn was known for writing songs that reflected the real lives of women. But in 1975, she released The Pill, which directly addressed birth control and female reproductive freedom. At a time when such topics were considered taboo in conservative country music circles, the song sparked enormous controversy. Many radio stations outright refused to play it, arguing it was inappropriate for their audiences. Despite the backlash, The Pill became one of Lynn's most iconic songs and a landmark in country music history. It resonated with women who rarely saw their experiences reflected in mainstream music. Loretta stood by her song, explaining that she wrote about what real women were living through. Over time, the song's significance grew, and today it's celebrated as a bold statement from a woman who wasn't afraid to challenge tradition. 10. Reba's revealing red dress moment. At the 1993 CMA Awards, Reba McEntire arrived wearing a red gown that immediately set tongues wagging. Designed with a plunging neckline, the dress was far more revealing than the country audience was used to seeing at the time. While Reba later admitted she didn't intend for it to cause a stir, the gown became one of the most talked about fashion moments in country music. Some critics accused her of being inappropriate, while others praised her for breaking out of the conservative mold. Decades later, the dress is still remembered as a defining moment in country award show history. For Reba, it didn't damage her career. In fact, it helped solidify her image as both glamorous and unapologetically bold. What started as a wardrobe risk turned into one of the most iconic red carpet moments in Nashville's history. 11. Patsy Cline's fatal flight. In March 1963, country music was shaken to its core when Patsy Cline died in a plane crash at just 30 years old. The singer, known for classics like Crazy and I Fall to Pieces, was traveling home from a benefit concert when the small aircraft went down in Tennessee. The crash also claimed the lives of fellow performers Hawkshaw Hawkins and Cowboy Copas. It was a devastating loss for the country music community and one that left fans in mourning for years. While investigators quickly determined that poor weather conditions and pilot error were to blame, conspiracy theories sprang up almost immediately. Some fans believed the crash was too coincidental and speculated about sabotage or foul play. Although no evidence ever supported these theories, they persisted for decades, fueled by the shock of losing such a young, talented star. The tragedy remains one of country music's darkest moments, reminding us how fragile fame and life can be. 12. Johnny Horton's chilling premonition. Johnny Horton, famous for his 1959 hit The Battle of New Orleans, had a reputation for being somewhat superstitious. Friends later recalled that Horton believed he would die young and even predicted he would be killed by a drunk person. Eerily enough, in 1960, Horton died in a head-on car collision with a driver who was under the influence of alcohol. His prediction was so precise that it became one of the most unsettling stories in country music. While some dismissed his words as coincidence, others saw it as an eerie case of intuition. Horton's sudden death at just 35 years old robbed country music of a rising star who was blending honky-tonk with a new, more modern sound. His chilling prediction remains part of his legacy, giving his story an almost supernatural edge that fans and historians continue to discuss. 13. Jake Flint's controversial death rising. Oklahoma-based country singer Jake Flint shocked the music world when he died suddenly in November 2021, just hours after his wedding. He was only 37 years old, and the timing of his passing on what should have been the happiest day of his life sparked widespread speculation. Rumors quickly spread online, with conspiracy theorists claiming his death was linked to the COVID-19 vaccine. Flint's publicist and family swiftly denied those claims, calling them hurtful and misleading. They emphasized the need to wait for official medical reports instead of fueling speculation. Despite this, the rumors spread rapidly on social media, showing how quickly misinformation can take hold in times of tragedy. Flint's death remains a heartbreaking loss for fans who had expected big things from his career, and the controversy surrounding it is a reminder of how sensitive and distorted public reaction can be in the digital age. 14. Bobbie Gentry's vanishing act. Bobbie Gentry rose to fame in 1967 with her haunting hit, Ode to Billy Joe. But after a string of successes in the 1970s, she seemed to vanish from the public eye. By the early 1980s, she had stopped performing and releasing new music altogether. Rumors swirled about why she disappeared, ranging from personal struggles to dissatisfaction with the industry. Unlike most stars who fade gradually, Gentry seemed to disappear overnight, making her story even more mysterious. Fans and journalists have spent decades speculating about where she went and why. Some claim she lived quietly in Los Angeles, while others suggested she simply wanted privacy after years in the spotlight. Whatever the reason, her vanishing act became one of the most enduring rumors in country music history. The mystery of Bobbie Gentry shows that sometimes the biggest scandal isn't about what someone did, but about their sudden absence. 15. The Bobby Mackey haunting. Bobby Mackey's Music World, a nightclub in Wilder, Kentucky, has earned the nickname America's Most Haunted Honky-Tonk. Since opening in the 1970s, it has been the subject of countless ghost stories and paranormal investigations. The building itself has a dark history, with legends involving murders, self-injury, and supposed satanic rituals that allegedly left it cursed. Ghost hunters have reported eerie experiences there, from strange noises to apparitions, and the stories have fueled endless speculation. While skeptics dismiss the haunting as folklore designed to attract attention, the rumors refuse to die. The mix of country music, tragedy, and supernatural claims makes Bobby Mackey's nightclub one of the most unusual legends connected to the country music scene. 16. Reba's death hoax drama. In 2012, social media erupted with a shocking claim. Reba McEntire had died after falling from a mountain in Austria. The story spread so quickly that fans, journalists, and even industry insiders began panicking. It was a complete fabrication, but it caused genuine distress for her family and supporters before being debunked. Reba herself eventually addressed the rumor, making light of the hoax and reassuring fans she was alive and well. The incident was a reminder of how damaging online rumors can be, especially in an age when false information spreads faster than fact-checking. For Reba, the hoax became just another chapter in a long career filled with highs and lows, but it also highlighted the darker side of fame in the digital era. 17. Kenny Chesney's secret marriage rumors. Kenny Chesney has long been the subject of gossip about his private life. Before his short-lived 2005 marriage to actress Renee Zellweger, rumors circulated that he had secretly married another celebrity. While no credible evidence ever surfaced, fans and tabloids couldn't resist speculating about his relationships. The whispers only grew louder after Chesney and Zellweger annulled their marriage just 4 months later, citing fraud as the reason, a legal term that fueled even more rumors. Chesney later addressed the speculation, calling much of it untrue and unfair. Still, the story shows how country stars' personal lives often become the target of rumor mills, whether there's truth to them or not. 18. Megan Moroney and Morgan Wallen. Speculation. In recent years, fans have become amateur detectives, analyzing every lyric for hidden meanings. When Megan Moroney released her song Tennessee Orange, many listeners speculated it was about fellow country star Morgan Wallen. The rumor gained traction when Wallen later released Lies, 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 which fans believed was a musical response. Neither artist has confirmed or denied the connection, but the speculation has only fueled public interest in both of their careers. In today's social media era, fans dissect every post and performance, often creating narratives that artists themselves never address. Whether true or not, the Moroney-Wallen rumor shows how quickly fan theories can take on a life of their own. 19. Lainey Wilson's fake wedding. Lainey Wilson, one of country's fastest rising stars, found herself in the middle of a bizarre online rumor when AI-generated wedding photos of her and former NFL quarterback Duck Hodges went viral. The images were so realistic that fans genuinely believed the two had secretly tied the knot. Both Wilson and Hodges eventually had to publicly deny the rumor, explaining that the photos were completely fabricated. The incident highlighted how advanced AI image technology has become, and how dangerous it can be when false stories spread unchecked. For Wilson, it was an unwanted distraction during a crucial stage of her career, but it also showed the strange new challenges artists face in the digital age. 20. Megan Moroney's historical controversy. At a recent awards show, Megan Moroney sparked backlash after saying that the Carter family basically invented country music. While the Carters are undeniably foundational, historians and critics quickly pointed out that black artists and other overlooked contributors played a critical role in shaping the genre. Her offhand comment drew widespread criticism online, with many accusing her of ignoring country music's diverse origins. Moroney later clarified her remarks, but the controversy revealed how sensitive discussions about history and representation have become. What might have once been brushed off as a minor slip now sparks debate and fact-checking in real time. The incident underscores how even rising stars can find themselves at the center of controversy with just a few words. These rumors pull back the curtain on country music's polished image, showing stars' flaws, scandals, and moments the industry once tried to hide. More than the stories themselves, they reveal how bad behavior was often excused to protect icons. From Jerry Lee Lewis's disturbing marriage scandal to Willie Nelson's presidential pot-smoking session, these 20 rumors prove that country music's history is far stranger and more twisted than most fans realize. While some stories are merely shocking, others reveal genuinely disturbing behavior that couldn't be covered up forever. The truth really is stranger than fiction, especially when it comes to the wild world of country music. What shocked you most about these country music revelations? Drop a comment below and let us know which rumor blew your mind.